What is up, everybody? We're Sound of Culture. I'm Xavier.
I'm Jaiden.
Today's episode is on The Slow Rush by Tame Impala.
Yes.
Sadly, our guest could not make it today.
Shucks.
We're going to try. I almost lost my ring there. But we're going to try next time. Okay, so a little bit of background on Tame Impala and Slow Rush. Tame Impala is a music project of Kevin Parker, who was a singer and instrumentalist. Although when touring, he is joined by Dominic Simper, Jay Watson, Cam Avery, and Julian Barbagello. Not much is known about Kevin Parker, so we're just going to focus on his music career.
He's down in Australia, I know that.
Yeah, that's why I said Australian.
Oh, shoot.
Kevin Parker has been in many bands before making Tame Impala as a home recording project, posting the songs on MySpace. Through this, he created a lot of buzz around the project and eventually signed to Modular Recordings, in which he then hired his crew to perform live. That was previously mentioned. He would make many EPs and albums on this label and found a lot of success, even being nominated for 5 Grammys and winning one of them this year. When was Grammys? Like last month?
I think so. Did he win one on Neverender? No.
I don't exactly know. Hold on, I think I have it open.
Don't you have to win the Grammys for a song you put that year?
Yeah, but like that one was for 2024.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything for 2025 yet, no?
No.
Yeah, no. So Neverender was 2024, I think.
Hold on, let me double check.
Wait, so does he make the music all by himself, or is he a band? Because I thought he was just a one-man show.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a one-man show, but when he tours, he has people who
that makes
help
sense.
him. Yeah,
that makes sense. That'd be kind of boring, just being you.
Yeah.
Bring your friends along.
Okay, so he won Best Dance/Electric Recording from the song Neverender with Justice.
Yeah.
Who was also on The Weeknd's newest album for the first song.
Now, Justice and Tame Impala were so good on that song.
Where was I? So background on Slow Rush. The Slow Rush is the 4th studio album by Tame Impala. In an interview, Impala said that he wanted to break out of what he was currently doing and try to go into the world of pop. The album was received pretty well, averaging a score of 7 out of 10 across many platforms. So, I do not have a lot of experience with Tame Impala. I do know him from Bandit and Don Toliver. He was one of the samples.
I like Tame Impala a lot. Our guest and I would have had like a thinker moment together, but now I'm just gonna be the one with my own. I like the Slow Rush, but I like Currents a bit more just because of the songs, or well, not the songs, but more so the way he produced on Currents. I think it was a bit more like unique, especially I think it was The Moment. It was I forgot what song, but like the guitar riff on like after like this like huge chunk is so nice to listen to.
All right, we'll come back with our final thoughts. What's up, everybody? We're back from our listening. Here are our thoughts.
Let's start with One More Year. I gave it a 7 out of 10. It's mad. It's like an alright opener.
Yeah, I said nice intro, calm, steady beat. It gave me a disco vibe to it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't for me. It wasn't anything special, but
yeah, I think that kind of knocks it down a little bit for me because your intro is really supposed to be a big captivator and like what your album is. It's supposed to get people's attention. If it's kind of just boring like this, it's not really doing a good job.
Yeah. Instant Destiny picked up though. So like mentioned before, this is like like a pop album or supposed to be sort of like that. It definitely has that sound. So I mean, I did like it. It's good.
Yeah, I said really good chorus, really good intro. Yeah, the next song, Borderline, though, that's a one of the highlights for this album.
Borderline is probably like there's a lot of ups, like in not like in terms of like vibe, like more, not in terms of vibe, but more so in terms of quality. I think Borderline's up there to. So I think it's a staple for like anyone's playlist if you have like basic under like this is like a basic song for Tame Impala. Like if you like at least heard of him, like you'd probably know this song. Uh, I like it a lot. It's really good.
Yeah, I said rhythmic, catchy, which um, throughout the whole album, all of, like the really good songs, most of the songs, even though, are like really catchy. They just make you want to dance a little bit, just a
Yeah,
little shimmy. They're very rhythmic, and the overworld just does a really good job of just keeping you attached.
yeah,
Even though the first song doesn't really like do it well.
yeah.
Um,
For posthumous, humanus,
this was our first
humanus.
song on the album that's like a lot slow. I guess One More Hour was slower, but this is like
You mean one more year?
One More Year. Yeah, One More Year was slow, but like this is like right after Innocent Destiny, so it's like
Yeah.
changed into a more slower beat. Oh, this is the one which had a really cool story with it, I guess.
Talking
It might have
about
been a
his,
story with a lot of them, but we just didn't notice it.
we were more. I was more dialed into like the actual music. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot. For posthumous forgiveness, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I judged the beat switch too early. I
Mm.
actually liked the direction it took. I'm not a big fan of beat switches. I'm like more of a stable guy. I think if you're gonna beat switch, just separate the two songs. But I judged that too quickly, and I think that it should stay the same.
I said I did really like the beat switch.
Oh,
I said the second beat was a more dreamlike state where I think it's showing the change and how I wasn't 100% sure in the first part. It probably was saying how he hated his father and whatnot.
yeah,
But when the beat switch happened, I noticed he was definitely like a lot more like forgiving and reasoning behind his dad's troubles for him, and he was forgiving it, just like how the song is titled "Posthumous Forgiveness."
yeah. I think his dad died, and he's forgiving.
That he was a bad dad.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think it'd be. Uh, for Breathe Deeper, this is the second, I guess, hit per se. I liked it a lot.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, I love the "Believe Me, I Can." That was so good.
yeah,
Definitely going in the playlist.
yeah. There's a lot of ads. Even though I didn't give them 10 out of 10, I'm still adding them. Uh, it's it's more like I think something that we discussed that we like. I wish we were allowed to like listen and like just speak at the same time, but we had
Mm.
to do it the way we do, where it's listen and then speak because of copyright issues. But throughout the whole time, I was more like saying how, like the only reason we found this album necessarily like really good and why like the people rating this gave it like a 7 out of 10 is because the people rating this like if they're like more U.S. based they're going to be going off of the regurgitated copy and paste format of pop music. While like Tame Impala, this is like a different like producing style. And on top of that, he kind of took the formula and then put his own spin on it because it's literally all of his producing style on it, but like putting it into a pop format. If you like understand what I'm trying to say here,
Yeah.
like the pop elements are there, but it's all him. Like it has his name written all over it. And I think Breathe Deeper shows that very well.
Okay. Next song, "Tomorrow's Dust." It was a lot more upbeat. Um, and then even further in the song, it still picked up to an even faster beat, I guess. Although for this one, I did say that I before this, I really loved his voice and his auto tune for this. I thought it matched really well. But for some reason, this song, I just felt like it wasn't clicking well with the
Tomorrow's
instrumentals.
Dust.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily like it that much. I gave it a 7 out of 10 though.
Mhm.
Uh, on track I liked more. Um, my notes were really not it.
Yeah, same.
What do you say for on track?
On track, I said very calm. There was a little like break in between where he was just kind of singing.
Yeah,
And I think it also had like a very nostalgic vibe to it.
yeah, definitely.
The whole thing has kind of like a disco kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, when I was listening to this, I felt like I heard some of the songs somewhere else. But yet again, this is an album made 2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, so like most after it got released, a lot of things happened. It had a lot of effect because we could kind of see this in the weekend, like a little bit of his producing style or the song style in the weekend's new album. One More Hour got sampled by Don Toliver. Like the whole song, like the whole like beginning of it was like used to create another good song. So I think I think the people that were reviewing the album were looking at it too deep, but we kind of understand where the rating comes from. I just don't think 7 out of 10 is that fair.
Yeah. Lost in Yesterday. This was also very upbeat. I loved the guitar on this one. That was
Yeah.
very good. It's also once again very catchy.
Yes. I like Lost in Yesterday too. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Is it true? This was the
Yes.
one you liked, right?
I love Is It True? Is It True? I gave a 10.
Okay. So I said it had a nice beat, once again catchy, very good rhythm. I love the instrumentals. All the instrumentals in this album so far has been really good.
I mean, that's like Tame Impala though. That's like his specialty. Like vocals and then
Mhm.
instrumentals. Like
Um,
even Travis Scott knew that. That's why he got him for like I think it was Skeletons.
oh, did he?
Yeah, it was the one that starts with the guitar on Astro, where it's like dun, 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 dun,
Slow
dun.
motion.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
skeletons.
yeah.
Um,
It might be true. I thought it was all right. 8 out of 10.
hold on Is It True there was a kick drum? I love kick drums on songs, especially
Yeah,
these kind of like upbeat songs. I love like a very simple kick drum that it just adds so much to it.
yeah.
Just wanted to put that there. Okay, so it might be time.
Oh, wait, is it? It might be time, or it might be true. I thought.
I'm pretty sure it might be time. I think I thought the same thing at first. That it was. It might be. I forgot. It's not on the PS5 anymore. I thought it was. It might be true too, but I think it's. Yeah, it might be time. I
Oh
think we both just
wow,
had a random Mandela effect.
yo. So I said it might be time was an 8, and then when I like locked back in, I said 6. So I'd probably meet myself in the middle and say 6.5.
Alright. Um, I did like the synths on It Might Be. I'm not sure if they were synths. I'm pretty sure they
That
were.
song was a fever dream, or just like a blur. Uh, Glimmer, 7 out of 10.
Yeah. It brought back the disco vibe, or emphasized it more in this one.
Yeah,
I said it sounded a lot like "Get Lucky" by Daft Punk and Pharrell Williams.
there was a song with a piano, like in the beginning. Like I don't know, I liked
Oh,
it
I
a
think I know what
lot.
you're talking about. I remember. Oh no, that was One More Hour. I wrote that.
No, 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 not One More Hour. It was like somewhere. I was gonna say maybe Lost in Yesterday. Maybe could have had the piano that I was thinking of.
Um, what about the piano?
Oh, I don't know. I just liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I just liked it.
Yeah. So I think Glimmer definitely tied some inspirations from Get Lucky because
Yeah,
it had that same
definitely.
like kind of melody with the guitar. I'm not.
Yeah,
It just sounded a lot similar to it, and definitely had a Daft Punk vibe.
yeah. I think producers wise, like I know every artist doesn't have like artists like Tame Impala or Kanye who do produce their own songs, they don't produce all of them because, yet again, if they really want some to win Grammys, having multiple people give input is a nice thing to have at your advantage. So some of the songs that mirror other songs, they could either be from the same producers that worked with other artists. So, for
Mm.
example, whoever produced Will Ferrell's and no, my bad, Pharrell Williams and Daft Punk's Get Lucky and Glimmer. I think if there was a producer that did, then yeah, that would make
You
sense.
know Daft Punk and Pharrell Williams are both producers, right?
I guess they produced the song.
Wait, you didn't know Pharrell Williams is a
No,
producer?
I knew Pharrell was a producer.
What do you think Daft Punk was then?
Well, no, I knew they were producers, but they weren't like because they made beats essentially. They made like garage music.
Weren't they like disco kids? Like they made
Yeah,
Starboy
yeah. They made like
and
disco and garage music.
all right.
But like the point being is like they could have used another producer. Like they are producers, but yet again, creative power can come from other people too.
Okay. Um, one more hour, the last song.
The longest one too.
Yeah, 7 minutes. It was. I love the Don Tolliver sample part. I
Yeah,
think everybody does. I really like the layering, like in between.
yeah.
Um, how it was like. I forget how the song goes, but it's like one more time, and then he says something over that one more time or something.
Oh yeah. So um, one more hour essentially is 10 minutes long. No, I mean like you could listen to it with full consciousness, like the first time. You like for me, first time I didn't like it only for the sole fact it was 10 minutes long. All right, and like maybe 4 minutes was just repeating itself.
Mm-hmm.
So the other 3 minutes in the beginning and in the middle, that's where like the good no in the beginning and end, that's where the good stuff will lie. So I think, excuse me, that if you listen to it for the first time, don't like it, still put it on your playlist and like keep listening and listening to it, like while you're doing work or something, where your focus is more towards the work, not towards the music. Because when you listen to it enough and you like listen to it like with your brain on, you'll start to appreciate it. Like I love the ending only for the sole fact that every time my brain is working and the ending comes on, I immediately turn it on just to understand what he's trying to say.
I really liked how when he came back to like the guitar was even loud. Like everything was so much louder. You
Yeah,
could feel it a lot more. I also said the song it had like two completely different vibes. It kind of felt like those like TikTok clips where it's like you skip this cutscene and then you face some random thing that's like
yeah.
not even the boss. It kind of feels like that where it's like you're at one part and then you think back to how the song first started and you're like, how did we get here?
Um, I mean that's like essentially what I was explaining. Like when uh when you're working, that's what you're gonna essentially feel, or like doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I think going to like the overall album rating, this did not deserve a 7. I think it could have gotten maybe a 7.5. I'm not saying that's at least. I'm just saying it could have stretched it a bit more farther.
So what's your rating?
I'd say 7.5, 8 being generous.
I'm gonna give it an 8. So we'll just say 7.
7.9. I'd give it an 8.
All right, 8.
I'll agree. I'll agree
All
with
right,
8.
we're giving it an 8.
Eight's not strenuous, I feel.
Yeah. All right. As for the next one, let us see. Let me set up the wheel.
I think this year, I mean, my bad, this album video, like how long were we at? 16 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow, that was quickest one so far.
Yep.
I
That
think,
was quicker than Ed Sheeran's one.
How long was Ed Sheeran's?
I think like 24.
Damn. I think the only reason this was that quick is because I kind of ran out of talking room. Like, I just kind of like wrote down what I thought because I was too engaged with the music opposed to like trying to figure out what I feel about the songs. Because I like Tame Impala a lot and his producing style, but I just didn't like write into it. What's the next song?
I'm setting up the wheel right now. Keep talking to
Yeah,
the
Stretch the
people.
Time. If you do like the slow rush, I recommend listening to to Currents. Currents has a lot of good songs. I think you should definitely listen to Never Ender. Never Ender's good too. There's a lot Tim Impala like. There's a lot of popular stuff that Tim Impala has put out, but I think listening to the more niche stuff is better. Only for the fact because like most of the popular stuff's overplayed anyways. Uh, Yet it's overplayed. Yet I'm still willing to listen to it. Um, I think Weekend does mimic a little bit. I'm not saying the Weekend's like Tame Impala, but the Weekend does take a little bit of inspiration here and there from Tame Impala. Like for example, Sacrifice. I feel like could be a Tame Impala song if it wanted to. That being said, there are a lot of things that would have to change to make Sacrifice by the Weekend to be Tame Impala's song. Like the way it's sang. Well, no, I think the way it's sang the rhythm of how the words flow is fine, but like maybe the beat because Tame Impala is like a producer. Like he does. I don't think he has a drum machine, or he doesn't use it that much because he's usually using a kit. And if he wanted different sounding drums, he'd use a drum machine.
All right, now it's time to spin, and we will get Brat by Charlie XCX.
So isn't
Hmm?
so uh is that just us?
No, that is with May and Lorelai.
Will they be able to come?
That's why I'm just gonna text them tonight.
Yeah. So there might be a chance we'll have a guest for next one, but like it's 50-50 depending on how everything works. It's like if the stars align, episode. If
Yeah.
they don't, we'll just listen to the girly album anyways.
Okay. So, look forward to Brat by Charlie X next week. Thank you guys for
Yes.
watching. We are Sound of Culture. Follow us on TikTok, sound.of.culture. We'll see you later.
Thank you.